Nick, the season, I think, for you has started really well, obviously. I think when we spoke in Valencia, you weren't quite sure, sort of building for the Gen 4 project, but a win, a podium, doing really well.
Yeah, and a P6, which I think was a good result too. I'm really happy with the start of the year. All good so far.
So, what in terms of Madrid this weekend, what have you learned over the first couple of races that you think you can really, I think this is going to be actually a really interesting race because obviously you've got pit boost, but the track, I've walked it this morning, I don't know where you're regenning apart from lifting, maybe going through the downhill parts. Like, I think this could be one of the most mental races Formula E could see, and you're really good at managing the mental races.
Let's see. I mean, last race I got a bit wrong, so it'll be difficult, but it's really fun to race here. It looks like a great track. Enjoy driving it on one lap. So yeah, looking forward to it.
What do you think in terms of the race itself? How important is qualifying? Do you think qualifying will be more important now that we have a pit boost, or because even with the pit boost, you think qualifying is not that important, and there'll still be lots of opportunities for overtaking in the race?
I'm guessing qualifying will be quite important. I think it's getting more important all the time in FE. And if you're good in quali, normally you're pretty good in the race. I think it shows you've got a good car underneath you. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
All right, thank you very much. Best of luck for the weekend. Hello, Nick. You've got a great car, right? And obviously, I think you and Edo have proved it over the season. But luck for you this season hasn't been on your side, which has been incredibly frustrating when you've got a great car underneath you.
Honestly, it is the way it is. I don't really believe in luck or bad luck. I mean, we just had a few issues on our side. Obviously, we broke the motor in Mexico, the inverter in Jeddah, and then as a consequence, we had the grip penalty. But it's just how things goes. Everyone goes through these cycles, and I hope that I kind of set out mine now.
Yeah, what do you reckon for this weekend? Because the track is, I don't know where you'll regenerate unless you start lifting off the back when it's on the downhill sections. Obviously, we've got pit boost and potentially a really big pack race. How do you reckon this race is going to go? How are you managing it?
I mean, expectations are always very challenging. Of course, energy is important here, but equally track position can't be disregarded because it's a narrow and old-school track. So, I don't know. I think we just build our weekend as we usually do. We focus on FP1. I mean, it might be raining overnight. I think FP2 could be wet, potentially even qualifying if it doesn't dry out soon enough. It will be a usual spicy day.
Yeah, and then lastly from me, Frederick Bertrand said last season, Mahindra just got to learn how to win. How close are you to learning how to win in order to finally get that first win? I think that's what the team needs.
Really? I don't think so. I think we just need to continue what we're doing, and we need to continue scoring points, and that's that matters at the end of the day. So, of course, we like winning, but this will happen or not eventually. But it's really about making sure we consistently execute, and that's all that matters in this championship.
All right, thank you very much, Nick. We appreciate it. I think for you, obviously, you've proven that you were like super quick. Obviously, from the day you had a Mahindra and this season you've been flying. It's just putting it together. How hard or how tricky have you found that so far this season? Just putting those final details together to get those good results.
Yeah, I mean it's been quite hard to put all the stuff together. It's not been the best of the years for that until now. But I mean, I think it's just learning. At the end of the day, I think qualifying is still difficult for me, but I can still get out of the way and get the performance out of the car and then going to the races. I think some races I did like a bad job and I feel like I lacked the experience. Some races I felt like I did a really good job and still didn't come together. So I think it's just. To be honest, is just trying to keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully it will come to us.
Yeah, and obviously, this race I think could be an unbelievably crazy race with pit boost and potentially a Pelotons type pack race as well. So, how much work in the simulator has gone into preparing this race so you're in the best position possible to get a good result?
Yeah, I mean we've done quite a bit of simulator work since the last race. I've been on the sim quite a few days, and I think it's probably a very one-off race, like different in terms of strategy and stuff like that. But also we already learned a little bit how the race is going to pan out from Jeddah with the 6-minute attack mode and also the pit boost. So we'll see. I think people will get a little bit more close to perfect based on what we learned in Jeddah, and we'll see. But hopefully it'll be a good race. I think it'll be quite an interesting race for the people. Yes.
All right. Best of luck this weekend. Thank you so much. Hello. How are we? A really good season for you so far. I suppose is winning the next step. It has to be the next step, surely.
Is it the next step? I would say scoring regularly points, is kind of like the targeted goals. Winning is not really, the main goal. You have to see kind of like the bigger picture and the entire championship. I think that this is clearly quite important for us. Probably more the team's championship than the drivers' championship at this stage, because we still have like quite some things that we need to develop, and we're facing like really tough competitors that have been there, for quite some years. From there, it's, if a victory can come at some point, we will take it. But the goal is very much to score points regularly.
Yeah, because you've had a really strong package throughout the season, and there was a lot of excitement around Mahindra after the Valencia test. What have you learned in those first couple of races that we've had now that can help you push on and keep being consistent? Because in terms of you're second in the championship without a win yet, which is incredible. So surely the consistency in Formula E has always been crucial.
What we learned from these first 5 races, there is nothing really special. We are learning consistently. It's not there is nothing really special that we learned like in these 5 races. But it's clearly during these last 3 years that we improved, that we learned consistently, that we develop our softwares, our setup, the hardware also, and this clearly made a difference.
Okay, right. Best of luck for this weekend. Thank you so much. Hello, Zane. Obviously, since your car, how is your car looking? Because obviously last time, Izzy drove your car. How is it ready? Obviously, I assume it would be ready, but what was the process of getting it ready for the race in Madrid?
It was a long process. Everything's new. So, new chassis, new powertrain. So the mechanics have done an amazing job to get it here. When we have big gaps, sometimes mechanics plan holidays or something in that time. All those had to be cancelled. So obviously I appreciate that the mechanics got the car here in one piece and hopefully a little bit quicker as well. From my side, nothing really changes. New chassis, new powertrain. So we have a shakedown today, luckily, that we can make sure everything's good and then go on to the weekend.
How have you found the team's progress? Because obviously it's been a big learning sort of year and a bit for the team. How is the car progressing on its trajectory to sort of become a bit more competitive?
It's progressing for sure. The actual hardware of the car is all the same. So we can only progress a certain amount. We know what we need to do in certain areas, but we can't do it because of the 2-year homologation. So I think in terms of system, software, energy in an energy sense as well, we're improving every weekend. You see in Jeddah we were very close to the Jewels, also in Miami very close, so you can see it's going up. I think in the race it's a bit more difficult because again the hardware is all the same, so we can only do so much in the race to improve, but in quali spec we're getting there, and I'm looking forward to this weekend. I think that we can hopefully make a small step forward again. And if we keep making small steps forward, then we'll be a dual contender all the time. So from my side, I just need to maximize, of course, what I'm given as well.
Yeah. What type of race are you expecting this weekend? Because the track, I don't know where you regenerate much, because even the downhill, maybe in the downhill parts in the second half of the track, because it's so flat out. What type of race are you expecting this weekend with pit boost as well?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think the thing is that at the target that you start with is quite fast, like you said, but then to save energy, you're a lot slower. So the lap time lost to save energy is a lot. But of course, the leader can't just go he has to save at some point. So I think you'll see something in between a peloton race and a normal Formula E race. At some stage, everyone might bunch up and there might be a bit of chaos. And then when the leader decides to go, then then the race will spread out a little bit. So we see that a lot of the time people use the attack mode in the pit boost window. So that might happen, or people might wait and use it later on in the race. We'll see. I think first we need to do the last corner, and the new last corner, get FP1 and FP2 out the way, and then we might have a bit more of an idea of what's going to happen.
All right, best of luck for the weekend. Thank you so much. How are we? Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. How have you settled in? And obviously, new team this season. How would you assess your first couple of races with them?
It's a difficult question because I think we've been turning up to every race with one of the best packages, one of the best overall speed in all the practice sessions and qualifying. I feel like I've been able to do pole at pretty much all of them, but the points don't reflect that at all. So we've been unfortunate, we've made some mistakes, we've done, of course, a few errors, but we're trying to iron those out as much as possible. I think it's just a matter of keeping our head down, doing the work that we're doing, and the points and the results will come.
Yeah, this track seems like it's going to be an absolute crazy one in terms of energy recovery because yes, it seems so flat out, and plus we've got pit boost. Do you think the pit boost will stop the race being like a pack type race, or do you think we'll see elements of both?
There will still be pack style because of how much you need to save on this circuit. Of course, the long straights, the slipstream will help that for sure. I guess that's why they added pit boost, because without it would be with too much saving.
Yeah, and then in terms of obviously looking forward for the rest of the season, where do you think the team needs to? Where is that little bit of fine tuning to sort of get that win? Because you said your target is to win a race. So what do you need to learn to get that final bit to win that race?
If I'm honest, I don't think there's much that I need to learn. It's not new things that I'm learning anymore, it's things that I've experienced, so it's just ironing out the little mistakes that happen. Again, with the team, the strategy, we need to get all of these things right. It's just a matter of all of it coming together now. There's not things that we're missing, there's not like the car is there, the team is there, and I am there. It's just a matter of it coming together and finally happening.
Well, best of luck for this weekend. Cheers, appreciate it.
I'm good.
Good. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. It's been a fairly okay title defence, I suppose, from you so far. Obviously, I think the competition has obviously got a little bit closer. How would you assess, obviously, the start of the season so far for you?
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, we haven't had the best pace in the world. Qualifying's been quite poor, but we've managed to score points, score 3 podiums, which is really important. I think if we can score those types of points when we're not so fast, let's get a bit faster, and it should make things a bit easier for us.
Where do you think you need to get faster? Is it just continuation of software development? Is it something else? Where do you think the pace needs to come from?
It's a bit of confidence on my side, to be honest, and some things I've been struggling on braking mainly. Obviously, the braking is the start of the whole entrance to the corner, so I've not been entirely comfortable, but I think we've done some good work over the last 4 weeks, and I'm happy with the work the team's done, and I'm hopeful that we'll be at least a little bit better this weekend.
And then obviously this track looks incredible in terms of energy management. Like, I don't know where you're going to energy manage at some points. What type of race are you expecting? Because obviously we got pit boost, so I thought massive pack race, but it might end up being a bit of both. How do you expect the race going now that pit boost is in it?
Let's see. I mean, it's true that there's not a huge amount of saving, but there's a huge influence on the slipstream, so you'll be a brave man to lead.
Okay, fair enough. Well, best of luck this weekend. Cheers, I appreciate it.